Hey everyone, and welcome back to Luna's Life, Safaa's story. Today I've made this video to have a chat about antidepressants. Yes, I am on antidepressants, and I just want to have an open conversation, about antidepressants, the different types, the type that I'm on, my experience with antidepressants, as well as the dosages. I've been on quite a few different types of dosages to see what works best for me. I want to get into this video because I feel like there's quite a lot of misconception with antidepressants. I think a lot of people think that you take antidepressants and bang, you're fine, and that couldn't be further from the truth. In my experience, it hasn't been an instant fix, and it's really, in reality, not as simple as just taking a tablet and all your worries going away. And I found that a lot of people do say to me, oh, maybe you should go on medication, and it's like, I'm on medication. I just want to get into the beginning of it. Before pregnancy, I was on antidepressants. I was on the same ones. I take sertraline. I took them before because I was depressed because I had 2 miscarriages, and I just found that really hard to cope with. When I fell pregnant with Luna, I stopped taking them, spoke to my GP, followed medical advice. I didn't need them. I didn't really have depression and stuff through my pregnancy. Was really happy and content. Even after, I was quite happy and quite content. So for me to go back on them and to go on a much higher dose than I've ever been on before, yeah, I wasn't very keen, yet again, because of the stigma. It gets to a point, I think, where you hit rock bottom. So I hit rock bottom and I was prepared to try anything. So that's how I came back onto antidepressants. But let me do this one first. And then obviously there's different brands as well, but this is obviously what I take. So I'm on sertraline, and I started off on 50 milligrams, which is this one. I then moved up to 100 milligrams because I found that it wasn't working. Certain side effects weren't working in my favour. It wasn't quite balancing me out. It made me quite reactive. So I then moved on to 100, and then from 100 I'm now taking 150 milligrams mg per day, and I take them every morning. So I eat breakfast and then I take them straight after that. Best to eat them on a full stomach, or try to eat them on a full stomach, because that's easier said than done as well. And I do believe that you can even go higher than 150. I mean, 150 is quite high, but you can go higher or lower, depending on your GP and what they recommend. Getting into side effects, I experienced quite a lot of bad side effects. Some of the side effects that I've experienced of sertraline is being sick. I'm able to be sick quite a lot. Just, it makes me quite sick. It hurts my stomach. So I'm sick, physically sick quite a lot. Insomnia, horrendous. It's really, really difficult. But yet again, if you do speak to your GP, there are things that can go hand in hand or side by side. But I'm just trying to tackle one thing at a time. Loss of concentration, prime example. Loss of concentration and slurred speech. I see things now very differently. Sometimes I'm a little bit slow. Sometimes I'm a little bit vacant. I can't keep concentration. And this is a massive thing that I found since taking the antidepressants. Hormonal changes, mood swings. I've been aggressive. I've been beside myself, upset. I've been hateful, really bad mood swings. And just again, you know that you're doing it, but you can't yet control it, and then that does have a knock-on effect with like PTSD and things like that. It just heightens it all. Ringing ears is something that I have often, and is part of the side effects. Anything that you do have that is alarming or concerning to you, speak to your GP, make them aware. But it is stated, let me just show you the leaflet that comes on. It tells you exactly how to take them, and there are many side effects listed. So if you do feel like anything's alarming, or it does say do's and don'ts on there as well, that please contact like your GP. And last but not least, loss of appetite. So sometimes I'm continuously sick, but I haven't eaten or drunk anything, and I physically can't. It's crazy the way that things react in your body, and yeah, I find eating challenging. So if I do have an appetite, I have to eat there and then, otherwise it quickly goes. Two side effects that I haven't mentioned, which is going to be quite confusing, because it was confusing to me, is that one of the two side effects is anxiety and depression. It's weird because they're antidepressants, so you're supposed to take them and that's supposed to stop. But it is actually a side effect, and it is a side effect that I really struggled with in the beginning, with relationships, with trying to understand people, with trying to communicate. Yeah, it's something I really struggled with, and it was a process, and that's exactly why I increased dosage bit by bit, and I did trial out each dosage for 7 weeks. It does take 7 weeks, 2 months roughly, for it to go into your system to see if you was getting an effect. It's really impacted me, and it really boosted my depression and anxiety, and I think it probably was the highest that it ever had been, and that's what I mean. I really did struggle with it. It wasn't just an instant fix. It wasn't just take your happy pills, and I joke around all the time, and I shouldn't, and say haha, I'm going to take my happy pills, but I have to, because otherwise I feel like it's going to be awkward. But they're not happy pills, and they do not make you happy, and they do not take the emotional hurt away from you either. GP surgery and my GP have been amazing, down to making sure that my blood pressure goes alongside with the medication, to make sure that I'm on the right dosage, how I'm feeling, just general checkups to how I'm feeling. I know a lot of people are ashamed to take these tablets, me being one of them. Even having people knowing now is kind of embarrassing, but I just feel like I need to put it out there, because I'm not alone. I've spoken to quite a few of my friends and come to realise they're on antidepressants for all different reasons that nobody would know, and people are battling things behind closed doors that nobody would even know. It's a process, but please persevere with it. It's not easy, and there was many times where I felt like giving up, and there's many times where I felt like the GP was like misleading me and trying to just get me on tablets and dose me up, and that actually wasn't the case. I do believe that this has now been beneficial in my recovery. I don't think I would be to this point being able to sit up in front of people and actually speak about my experience, speak about the stigma towards mental health, taking antidepressants. It's not for everybody, but if you do hit rock bottom, it is an option, and please don't feel like you shouldn't take that option because of the stigma or how other people might then perceive you, or I think people think that their ability might be judged, or it's not nice, and it's very personal to have to expose. But I know I'm not alone in this. People are there to help. I'm nowhere near fixed. I would never ever be over Luna passing away, never. I'm not even a year into it yet. It might be by the time this video is put up, but yes, it's been really, 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 really tough. So yes, please do not suffer in silence. Speak to someone, reach out to someone, and honestly, your GPs are the best people to talk to. So please don't feel like you're stuck. NHS helpline, Samaritans, all these people can actually put you in contact with someone. But your GP, regarding medication, antidepressants, it definitely is the way forward. And I'm not trying to sway anybody, but I'm just trying to let people know that if you do take them, it is okay. I take them too. And that if you are debating it or thinking about it, give it a go. The worst thing you can do is stop taking them. And you can work closely with your GP on an exact path, medication route that you're going to go down. So thank you so much for joining me all today. I hope you've had a lovely day once again. I tried to say it so then I hope I have a lovely day, but I do honestly hope that you all have a lovely day. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone.